19-time champion. He moved into the center, in towards center lane a little bit more, arced it a little bit more, believed in his shot, dead flush.
Robert Smith working on a spare. Leads by 22.
He's a...
Whoa! Came back a long way.
Hey, that's why you're supposed to hook it, Jan? I didn't know that.
I certainly didn't.
Wow. This ball is going to go right. Looks like it's going to be a little bit light. Look at the revolutions. The highest rev rate on the PBA turn. Watch the action of the head pin. Nothing but shrapnel left. And he's liking it. Come on, ball hook. Oh, yeah.
With that strike, Robert Smith up by 22 and moving into the 8th frame. Again, these two met in 1994. Duke comes out on top in the AC Delco championship match, but Robert Smith was the first amateur to be the top seed going into that show. Both bowlers working on strikes, except Duke has 2 in a row. There, a look at Jack Kelly right in the middle there with the casual look. Chief Executive Officer of the Bowling Proprietors Association of America, enjoying the action here today.
Big row of dignitaries there sitting around. Jack Moran, BPAA, and Mike McCat from BPAA. It is their tournament, so they're all out.
Robert Smith taking a re-rack. The reason for our little delay. Wants to make sure everything's perfect.
And reasons for the re-rack, Randy?
You know, sometimes it's just to catch your breath. Sometimes it's to get your thoughts together. Sometimes, you know, the pins are off spot. Oh, fall.
Leaves the 2-4-8 sleeper behind, and he'll get to take that spare in just a moment, a shot at it. Meanwhile, time to take a look at the Dexter footwork of the pros.
Robert takes a 5-step approach. He's wearing the number 2 sole and number 2 heel for maximum power and leverage. Notice how that foot gets there way before the ball. And look at that great knee bend. That's leverage. That's how you're able to stand on it like this guy. Right now he needs to convert this spare. Needs a hook. What am I saying needs a hook when it's Robert Smith?
It's automatic.
Unbelievable revolutions. I mean, you can really see that ball.
Yeah.
And now Norm Duke still down by 22.
Well, you know, he had 2 big 4s early in the match, but I think the important thing right now is he's on a double. That means he made the adjustment he needed to make. Look for a 3rd strike right here. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Norm Duke back on the right track now. Lost a little bit, and you could tell he was talking to himself a little bit. Settled down. The sign of a true champion, as you pointed out earlier, Randy. 19 career titles. A guy that wins 19 doesn't get to that stage by not knowing what to do when adversity strikes during the course of a match, and he has certainly made the corrections. Robert Smith, again, coming in as the top qualifier. Tremendously intense, particularly for a young man.
Oh! There's a 4-bagger at you after 2 big 4s. Let me make a little bit of a move here, and I'm going to come back with a 4-bagger. Norm Duke strikes out, it's 222. Robert Smith strikes out, it's 224. Watch the action of the head pin go on the sidewall. Asking for some friends to come over for some help, and he knows it. He's into it. Watch this. Oh, and look at the crowd. They're loving it.
In the 5th frame of this championship match, Norm Duke was down by 32. In the 9th, midway through the 9th, he is down by 2.
He was closing his eyes there. Did you see? He didn't want to look at what's going on.
Get it, get it.
Oh,
big shot.
Robert Smith leaving the 10.
Big shot. He knows it. It was a 9th frame, foundation frame, wanted to hit there. Now watch this. The head pin's going to go to the sidewall. Look at the revolutions. Watch it come bird hunting for the 10. He doesn't get there.
And once again, Norm Duke has put himself in a position to win.
oh no.
And that obviously does not count. He doesn't get credit for the pin, the 10 pin, because it was in the channel first.
Once the ball leaves the lane, it's done.
Let's take a look at this score. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to believe this. Over the course of 4 frames, it's been a 42-pin swing, and now Smith, Robert Smith, finds himself down by 10 to Norm Duke, who is working on a 4-bagger.
Robert Smith needs to throw 3 strikes in the 10th frame here to force Norm Duke to get the first hit in the 10th to win the United States Open. Got to have this shot. There you go. All right, deep breath. Gain your composure. Really bad mistake for Robert Smith in the 9th frame. Got to blow it off. Now we need to throw 3 in the 10th. And it doesn't get any better than that shot.
Right. Threw a great shot after that. I think he's disgusted right now, though. He has to be.
Well, you know, the first one doesn't mean anything unless you get the second one. This is the big hit right here. He's lay off. All right.
You know, he knew what he had to do, and now he's going about and doing it. He's gotten 2 of the first 3 in the 10th frame. He needs this one, obviously, and then puts the pressure back on Duke.
You can't ask for any more. For a title match, United States Open, a hit right here will force Norm Duke to get the first strike in the 10th frame to win. Basically whatever Robert Smith does here, Norm has to do. Robert gets 9 spare for Norm Duke, 9 spare strike wins. Got to have this hit. There you go.
What a finish.
He did the best he could do finishing out, and he finishes out with a 2-0-2. And for Norm Duke, a strike and 6 will win the tournament. So Norm Duke obviously needing this first strike. He also knows what he needs to do. It's his tournament now to win.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can bet this anywhere you want that Norm Duke will make the shot he needs to make. It's whether or not the ball will carry.
Strike and 6 pins.
Oh, and he didn't make.
Oh, my. Oh.
Robert Smith's the winner. Robert Smith, United States Open champion.
Unbelievable. And I think he was stunned there for a second so incredibly. The way, in a sense, that Norm Duke wins the tournament last week, but it was Chris Barnes's to win in Tucson, and Norm Duke could just sit there and watch, and he wins it. Now the tables are turned on him this week.
Bad call on my part. I didn't think there was any doubt Norm would make the shot. He didn't make the shot.
He didn't take any time on that shot, Randy. He just jumped right up and went.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jan. And that ball lacked rotation and revolution. That ball never turned over down the lane. Very uncharacteristic for Norm Duke.
And Norm Duke to finish out now. Robert Smith is speechless at this point. Norm Duke accepting the goodwill from the crowd, but Robert Smith is one happy player. We'll be back to Phoenix in a moment.